up, my man? About to phone the club. Me and my girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Malika Andrews is a straight up coon. Now, we all know what's going on in the news with Josh Giddy and how he alleged had relations with a minor. We've known in the past that Malika Andrews has come out and put that fire on players. But the thing is, it seemed like the players that she been bringing that heat to happen to all be Black or African American players. We never see that same vitriol for our white counterparts, our Latino counterparts. We always see that vitriol for our Black athletes. Now, let me point out that Malika Andrews is biracial, but she seems to be going down that tread of attacking only Black athletes. Remember the Celtics' old coach, Ime Udoka, who had consensual relations with a staff member on the Celtics organization? And Malika Andrews came and brought that heat to this man. And remind you, this was consensual.
Yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
It is unfair and irresponsible of us to go and to speculate on that, because what we have to—
Well, I'm not speculating.
Sure.
I have the information. I'm not speculating.
That whatever rule, the conduct that was broken on one side, it is not the same on the other side. I thank you for your perspective.
And then when the Celtics hired a new coach by Joe Mazzulla, she brought up his history from things that happened back in 2007 and 2009, if I'm not mistaken.
And Woj, you reported that Joe Mazzulla will be the interim head coach here. You can see his resume on your screen. He's been a Celtics assistant coach the last 3 seasons after spending the previous 3 seasons at Fairmount State. And he played for West Virginia between 2006 and 2011, and now could become the NBA's youngest head coach at 34 years old. And we'd be remiss not to also mention that Mazzulla was arrested twice at West Virginia, once in 2008 for underage drinking and aggravated assault. He pled guilty, paid a fine, and then again in 2009 for domestic battery after an incident at Morgantown Bar. The domestic battery case never went to trial. It was settled in August of 2009. He paid a $100 fine and court costs, plus had to do 40 hours of community service. Now, that was 13 years ago. He settled and paid both fines.
To make matters worse, she also brought up Adrian Payne, who was acquitted of sexual assault charges and later lost his life intervening in a domestic dispute. After this man lost his life, she found it okay to bring up this guy's past. A past, remind you, that the man was acquitted for.
Adrian Payne was shot and killed in Orlando, Florida. Played 4 seasons in the NBA with multiple teams. In 2018, he was waived by the Magic after he was named in a report by ESPN's Outside the Lines that he'd been involved in an alleged sexual assault at Michigan State in 2010. No charges were filed in that case.
And we can't forget what happened on draft night with Brandon Miller, a man who was acquitted of murder. She found it okay to bring up his past for a crime that this man was acquitted of.
His name did surface in court testimony involving a case where his former teammate and another man, they've been indicted for capital murder.
So when you see all of this, her coming to bring that heat, giving her opinion, because at the end of the day, she's an investigative journalist that covers the NBA. This was what she had to say about the Josh Giddy situation.
Now that surfaced late last week, the league is looking into allegations that Thunder guard Josh Giddy had an improper relationship with an underage girl. In a since-deleted post, an anonymous social media user claimed a girl who was seen with Giddy in videos and images, some of which include explicit captions, was a junior in high school at the time. Giddy, who is 21, he declined to comment on Friday, and despite the serious allegations, Giddy is yet to miss a game this season. And Thunder coach Mark Daigneault, he said he will continue to be in the lineup, saying, quote, "Just with the information we have at this point, that is the decision we've made. It's obviously a league matter at this point, and the ball is in their court on that." Now, a league spokesperson told me this morning that the NBA is still in the process of gathering information, and we will continue to update this story as the news develops. NBA Today will be back.
In all those other cases, not all the facts were out also. She took it upon herself to bring that heat, bring that vitriol to these players who were later acquitted. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are looking at this woman like this gentleman right here. And as far as me, you, your aunt, your uncle, people watching this YouTube video, everybody else feel as they should come at this woman like Mike Tyson did to this gentleman. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't remember this?
Now, some of your critics would say, you know, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, you know, because it's negative and you're being negative. And I met the mayor, right, and nothing they can do about it. So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that
come
comment.
on.
No, that was a piece of you. That was a piece of shit.
You know, we're doing live TV.
And I don't care. What are you gonna do about it?
Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear talking to a rat piece of like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right,
You really have to.
we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in.
But if we came at her like that, then we're misogynistic or whatever other labels that they want to throw on us. But you know what? You heard my talk. Yo, June, what's your talk on the situation?
Malika, I'm not here for you. I'm here for Josh Giddy. This will sound unpopular and it's all good. I don't think he did anything wrong if he did mess around with a 15-year-old. I need to understand something. Why are people trying to make me understand and believe that an 8-year-old should know better, should understand that if they want to change their sex, it's okay because they know what orientation they like at that age, but you're telling me a 15-year-old can't understand that she sees an NBA prospect and she's like, I like him. I would love to raise his kids. I wouldn't mind being home while he's balling. He come home, I massage his feet. I give him as many children as he want. I cook food for him. Like, why couldn't she at 15 years old see that? So for me, I don't understand that. Y'all want me to believe an 8-year-old should be old enough to make those decisions, but you're telling me a 15-year-old can't understand or know who she want to sleep with, what type of schmate she want? Come on, is y'all serious? Were we not in high school? There were 15-year-olds who was messing with guys outside of high school, and that was straight up all right. And when I was 15, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to get right with. So how y'all gonna tell us who was 15 that, you know what I mean, it should be illegal? Why should it be illegal? Because y'all said so? Why in other countries that's okay? But y'all trying to tell us that's not okay and he should be penalized for that? Why?
These are crazy people.
Why is that?
These are crazy people.
Why is that? And Malika, FYI, the only reason I left you alone is because it looked like you was forced to make that statement. It looked like you like, God, they're making me talk about a snow daddy, and I hate it. It's all goody, but you at least said something, and you better have said something because the pressure we was putting on you to say something, you knew better. You knew better. Dave Eminem, he told you, baby, please say something. Please say something because they going to really come for us. And your sister who you tried to play out with the watch, she's like, hey, girl, you better say something because they already know you racist. So, you know what I mean? With Josh Giddy, I support him too. So if I had to support Josh Giddy, I'd have had it. I see nothing wrong with what he did if he did it. So Josh, keep quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. But if you did that, man, I get it, man. Like 19, 20, you're still a kid. Until you're 25, your brain didn't fully develop. So what's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with that. But Walls P, I'm gonna let you get up.
Look, I agree with you on everything that you said, 100%. Everything makes sense, and I got no argument against what you said, June. But at the end of the day, the law is the law. So if we want that change to be made, or people who believe that he did nothing wrong wants anything changed, that's a fight we got to take up with Capitol Hill, like at the end of the day. But I will say this, if you agree that the man did nothing wrong, then fight that fight, because do you realize that in some states, particularly Virginia, a bill has passed that parents could be facing charges for not affirming their LGBTQ plus children? So just think about that. That's something that a large population don't agree with, but there's a law in place that will penalize you where you could get in trouble if you don't affirm your child. So with that being said, if there's a population that is against seeing this as wrong, take that fight to Capitol Hill. But hey, you heard my talk, you heard June talk, but don't call it locker room talk. Let us hear your talk in the comment section. Catch you on the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Hey, that's that locker room talk right there.
This was Locker Room Talk.
Hey, that's that locker room talk right there.
This was Locker Room Talk.